Doncaster up into the Championship. James Hayter, the goal scorer, came from Bournemouth, the same route as his manager, Sean O'Driscoll. It'll seem a long way back home for Leeds United supporters on the right-hand side there, filtering their way up to the railway station and the tube. Doncaster fans, it'll go like a flash for them. They'll be counting down the days and hours until they play in the Championship for the first time in 50 years. And also local derbies against Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday. Great times for Doncaster, really tearful times again for Leeds United. Roberto Martinez is up already with Swansea. Peter Beagrie here with us as well. Roberto, was that justice for Doncaster because they finished third in League One and also because they played better today?
Well, I think on the day, on the 90 minutes, probably Doncaster, they adapted really well to start the game, and then probably just finding the final two to score a goal, that was the only thing that was needed. But overall, we were saying that today a team was going to be really punished because the season that both sides had has been outstanding for both set of fans, and I'm sure that it's heartbreaking time for Leeds United, but Doncaster throughout the season they played some outstanding football.
And yet, as Doncaster celebrate, Peter, Leeds United, will they be reflecting on that 15 points now?
Yeah, absolutely. It becomes, you know, a massive point now, doesn't it? Disappointing not to get any back whatsoever, but you know, it's time for them to rebuild now.
Well, Doncaster will be out for quite some time with their fans. John Ryan, the chairman, it's a dream come true for him. The money he's pumped into the club, and now the reward he's getting. He's with Guy Havard now.
Not many dreams come true in life, but this one has.
Absolutely. 50 years later. But I dreamt at the beginning of the season that it would be Leeds Doncaster playoff final and we'd win, so I got it right. I should have put a few quid on it.
The bottom of the conference not so long ago, could you really have imagined that you would get to the Championship?
Well, I said I would do it, and I have. I made 4 promises and they're all come true now. This was the last one to get to the Championship.
You've got to make a 5th promise now. Where are you going from here?
No more, no more.
What sort of day was it for you up there in the...
Incredibly tense, incredibly nervous, but the boys play great and deserve the win, in my opinion.
Seriously, are you looking forward to next season?
Oh, absolutely. The Kemo will be rocking next year, and hopefully all the people in Doncaster will stop supporting Leeds and come and support us.
And just a quick word on your manager. What a job he's done, and in such style.
Fantastic, yeah. He's done a great job. Great passing football, but more importantly, winning football.
You go and see him and say well done.
All right, thanks a lot. Cheers, cheers.
He deserves it. He shelled out the money for one for James Hayter, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And O'Connor, the full-back, you know, followed the manager from Bournemouth as well, and Stock in the centre of midfield as well. You know, people who he's familiar with and who he knows can deliver for him, and they definitely did that today. And quite poignant that Hayter would get the goal that sends his manager home ecstatic. But we look at the goal here, and it's Brian Stock whose delivery's been poor, and it's a free header. We've got to ask questions who's picking him up. And when we look at it here, it's John Howson's on the 6-yard box. He's looking around, pointing towards it, says, I've got him. And there's Mikulik, who's got Price, points to him again. He decides not to follow him and thinks he's in a good position, thinks he's going to run onto him. The ball's delivered around the penalty spot, and it's a free header. Still a lot to do from there. Directs it downwards with plenty of pace and a good finish.
Do you think Leeds could have come back from that, or was that got to be one goal enough?
No, really, no, the way the game was, especially in these occasions, and we know that Leeds have done it time after time. They come strong towards the end, and I think it gives you a bit more of the kind of performance that Doncaster Rovers had to show today, because we spoke how well they play, how well they use the movement, but they were very resolute. They defended fantastically well.
We were worried, Roberto, weren't we, that they dropped a bit too deep, encouraging pressure, no pressure on the ball, which allowed Leeds to put balls into the area willy-nilly, and we thought that could, you know, be the downfall, really. Could get back into the game and get the equaliser, but they stayed strong. 2
big clubs in League One again next season, Leeds and Leicester City this time, but you're out of it. How do you think Swansea, Nottingham Forest and Doncaster can do in the Championship?
Well, it's a huge step, obviously. I would say the first 6-7 weeks will be a great test for everyone, for Nottingham Forest, for Doncaster, for ourselves, but I think we should be able to adapt ourselves, and as a football club, it's the challenge that everyone looks forward to, so we really are looking forward to that challenge.
Gary McAllister signed a longer contract, didn't he, before the end of the season?
Yeah.
Will he stay for next season, do you think?
Yeah, he's got a 1-year rolling contract. He'll stay for next season, and you know, he's got a big job on his hands. But without the 15-point deficit, you know, Leeds should be nailed on. The supporters will stay with them because they're absolutely fantastic, been tremendous this year, and the club has been galvanised in the face of adversity. It brought everybody together. You know, Ken Bates he's had his detractors and that, but he was the only one really with the proper funds to drive the club forward. Unfortunately, they missed out at the final hurdle today.
Let's hear then from Gary McAllister. He's with Guy Havard now.
Gary, did we not see the best of your team today?
No, we huffed and puffed, you know, and we lost a poor goal, you know, bad marking at a set piece, which we've defended set pieces better than that in the past. You know, Doncaster played well. We knew they'd come and try and pass the ball. Although we huffed and puffed, our quality wasn't quite there today.
Not enough chances created.
No, we didn't make Sully make any saves at all, I don't think. A few near bits and we got into some decent areas, but our final ball into the box wasn't good enough.
Is it only now maybe that the docking of those 15 points come into sharp focus?
Listen, you know, everybody's had a little pop about these 15 points. The facts are, we start next season on an even keel. Starting a season with a 15-point handicap is always going to be very difficult. And people are asking me, I'm proud of the players. No, of course I am. But the players should be proud of themselves. A team getting to a playoff final, you know, starting a season with 15 points is a wonderful achievement. You know, and the facts are now, you know, we've sat back and we've took stick from every corner of Division 1. But we'll be ready next year. The players will go away and they'll come back. They'll have the stomach to go again.
Does it make it harder when you see all those fantastic fans out there? Wonderful support today.
And they'll be there next season as well. Don't you worry about that. Averaging 27,000 in the third tier of football. They'll be back next season.
Thanks for your time. Commiserations.
Cheers.
Well, look at that. Yeah, you can tell Leeds supporters are absolutely and totally gutted by today's events. But, Roberto, we had the first germ there of Gary McAllister's team talk, if you like, for the summer and next season. What a tremendous achievement, getting to a playoff final on minus 15 points. Next season, you start level with everybody else. Is that what he's got to say to the players?
Well, it is, and you always take time. When you go into a new division, it's going to take time to probably adapt to it, and I think that's what they've done. But look at the return they had this season. It's 91 points. And, obviously, they had to pay their penalty.
By a point.
That's it. So it's been an outstanding season. So from now, use that platform, and I'm sure next season they're going to be the team to catch. And in that respect, Leeds United are not a Premier League club, a Champions League football club. So I think it's just a matter of time that we'll see the best of Leeds United.
Does he need to strengthen again for League One, or is that team, that squad good enough again to get 91 points?
That squad is good enough. Obviously, there's people out of contract. There's a fair few out of contract, so it's who he wants, who he can renegotiate with. But the one thing the leagues will never struggle to do is to get players to come to Leeds United because of those fans. You know, because of the atmosphere, the size of the club, and is potentially.
Well, he's got one player already, hasn't he? Andy Robinson has gone from Swansea. You've lost a player already, haven't you, to Leeds United? Andy now will stay down in League One.
Yeah, but that's the reality. I think, as Peter has mentioned, Leeds United are a huge football club. We said it's a Champions League football club, so it's easy to attract players, and in that respect, that's always a huge advantage. With it comes expectations as well, that it can go with you and against you sometimes. But
there must be an inkling of regret by Andy Robinson, thinking I could be in the Championship with Swansea.
Well, I think you'll have to ask if that. Andy Robinson has been a fantastic player.
Said it was divine retribution, you know, but I promised I wouldn't say anything because it's been live. Anyway, swiftly moving on, Doncaster.
Good job, we all know you, Peter.
Yeah.
Great for Doncaster, isn't it? It's a wonderful, wonderful story. The old Bellevue Stadium was literally falling to bits, falling down, wasn't it? Until John Ryan came in, built them a new stadium, bought them new players, got them some good managers in. Let's not forget Dave Penny, who began it all, you know, and now Sean O'Driscoll. It's a great story for Doncaster, Peter.
Oh, it's fantastic, and we've seen it. They've only averaged sort of 8,000 this year, but it's a 14,000-seater stadium. It's absolutely immaculate. It's fantastic. They'll increase that at least by 20% next year with the teams that they're playing against, away support as well. Fantastic for John Ryan. You know, he's a big character. We've seen him there. It's enough about me, but what about me? You know, he loves it. He loves getting on the telly and that's maybe why he first got involved with the football club. Whatever his reasons, he's put his hand in his pocket and he's bought well. And when you buy in players, you need somebody who's going to point you towards the right players, and he's got the right manager to do that.
And more battles against them for you next season.
It is. They're a fantastic football team to play against, and I think Peter said it really well. It's a football club that is going in the right direction with solid steps forward, and in that respect, it can always allow you to build on, and think John Ryan is a very proud man today.
OK. As they dance For Doncaster, this is coming up tonight for you. Cricket, England against New Zealand's on right now. Sky Sports 1, HD 1. Hull against St Helens in the Super League, 6 o'clock, Sky Sports 2 and HD 2. And there's golf, the Senior PGA Championship, 8 o'clock on Sky Sports 2. Later on tonight, well, next, it's the Indy 500 on Motorsport, Sky Sports 3. And then NASCAR Coca-Cola 600 at 10:30, Sky Sports 3. And there's cricket, the West Indies against Australia right now on Sky Sports Extra. Been a great day. Thanks very much to Roberto Martinez and to Peter Beagrie. It'll be Doncaster taking their place in the Championship next season. Leeds are staying down, but it's Bonnie for Donny from all of us.